Thank you very much. We want to welcome to the program Republican Congressman Tom Emmer from the great state of Minnesota, chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee. You're in focus. First of all, let's start with what we have learned now. Just how many assets, how many resources, how much time the FBI spent at the primary residence of a former president.
It's amazing, Harris. By the way, thanks for having me. Everyone should be concerned. Republican, Democrat, other, everyone in this country should be concerned when the Department of Justice has been weaponized against American citizens, and in this case, by the Biden administration against their political opponents. I mean, look what they're doing in Washington, Harris. It's not just this, but they want to get 87,000 more IRS agents with a bill we're going to vote on Friday. Think about that for a second. Those 87,000 agents, the IRS is going to be, you can't tell me the IRS is not going to be weaponized against conservatives just the way it was under Barack Obama. Everyone should be concerned with this abuse of power.
You know, when you talk about the word weaponize, it gets tossed around a lot right now. And I would love it if you could, for the American people, really drill that down. And you say everybody should be concerned about it. There is a core reason why we don't go after political opponents. Do we really want to become Venezuela? But you take it.
No, that's exactly right. So you want to drill down on what the word is? The word is when one political party occupies the executive branch and they have everyone in their cabinet under their supervision, they are responsible to all Americans. When they take those agencies of government, in this case, Harris, the FBI, and they use it to purposely go after their political opponents, then it becomes more like a banana republic, a dictator in a banana republic that's taking out their political opponents. That is not America, and that is what we mean when we say they are weaponizing the FBI.
The Washington Examiner calls for the end of Trump raid secrecy. And the Republican National Committee Chair, Ronna McDaniel, writes in a new op-ed, Trump targeted by Biden administration, and they can do it to you too, which is exactly what Congressman Emmer is telling us about right now. So what is the next step in all of this? What's next level in terms of, you know, I don't know, can you force the DOJ to justify what it's done?
They're going to have to. This is unprecedented, and not just raiding the home, the private residence of a former president. On the pretense, supposedly, we're going to have to wait and see what they ultimately tell us the purpose was. But we've been advised that it has something to do with records that the archivist doesn't think the president should have kept, classified information. Harris, the former president has more classified information in his head than he has in his desk. And by the way, the president is the one who determines what is classified and what is not classified. So anybody who wants to try and compare this to a Hillary Clinton, who literally violated the law by keeping official documents on her personal equipment, this is nothing like that. The president of the United States is the one who determines classified. And I'll tell you, the next steps, you got to get Merrick Garland and you got to get the Department of Justice to explain the purpose, what brought it about, and what exactly did they take and why. I think that's the next step. And then I would suggest to you it's winning an election in November. When the Republicans win the midterms, then we're going to hold this administration accountable for all of these repeated abuses of power.
I think what you're getting to is something that the Wall Street editorial board highlighted too, the double standard that a lot of people like yourself are pointing to, and it's worth pointing out. Didn't someone, and this is a quote from the Wall Street Journal, didn't someone at Justice point out that a search in this case would draw comparisons to Hillary Clinton's mishandling of classified information before her 2016 presidential campaign? She was never prosecuted, as Mr. Trump was quick to point out himself, unless Mr. Trump's offense involves a serious risk to national security. Half of America may see the Trump search as an example of unequal justice. Your thought?
Well, they aren't. You can't compare the two. Again, Hillary Clinton broke the law. Hillary Clinton was treated like a white-collar criminal. She was able to make an appointment with the head of the FBI, Mr. Comey, on a Saturday afternoon. She was able to come in with her lawyers and talk to the former FBI chief, and she was allowed to walk away. We've got a former sitting president who determines what documents are classified and what documents are unclassified. He is the ultimate decision maker. The fact that he might have documents, that's nothing to be doing a raid on. And by the way, his people were cooperating fully with any request for information. To wait until he leaves his residence and then to do this shock and awe, show up with all kinds of personnel and equipment. In one report, there was a safe cracker, Harris. Really? This is not the way we behave in the United States of America. Merrick Garland, the entire Department of Justice, the judge that issued the warrant, these people all need to answer questions. If there was a significant national security risk, tell us what it is. Otherwise, people are going to have to be held accountable.
Not to mention the fact that if he had been, as the president and his team have said, the former president, cooperating, giving already 15 boxes of things to that presidential national archival system, then what would it look like if he hadn't been cooperating? Oh, my goodness. Congressman Emmer, great to have you in focus today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harris.